Hey, and welcome to the Lidell 1 sample pack. Let's jump in. You've got 4 folders here. You've got the Ableton folder, the Kontakt folder, Machine, and the sample source. They basically contain, the top 3 contain like presets for each of the apps and help you kind of get started and jump in with what is contained here in the sample source. This is all the actual WAVs that I took and that you can further manipulate, obviously, however you like. You've got basses. In this case, you've got drum build, which really I concentrated on this library I tried to capture one kind of small world of a drum kit, very in a very detailed way from the SP. So I took, for example, a kick. All the sounds were done this way. I took the raw kick sample and then I recorded each pitch that the SP could generate for each sound, from the highest to the lowest, and recorded each one. So you don't just get like the SP sampling a kick, you get the SP pitching the samples, which is what it's really famous for, and each sound really has loads of character that way, so you'll be able to get a lot out of just one kit, which is cool. And then there's a bunch of effects, some guitars, loops from keyboards, moods, natural sounds from, in this case, a Celeste and a kalimba, and then a polyphonic mono synth magic folder, which is relatively convoluted. I decided that I could make a polysynth out of a bunch of mono synths. I had an MS-20 and MS-50 custom mono synth, Oberheim SEM, and a Moog Voyager, and I just basically turned them into one polyphonic synth and recorded a bunch of that, just me playing, and then also tracked it through the Evenside H8000 and layered it up through the Neutron biphase until I had something that was like a really deep poly world. And then I took snippets of that recording and turned them into kind of usable samples. So there you go. There's a long-winded explanation for you, but that's what's in there. So jumping into Ableton, this is what it looks like when you come in to the session. You get drums, bass, other, synth, kalimba. In the drum land, you can kind of quickly see what you're working with here for the kind of drum feel, as it were. See, you take that snare, that's the one I chose for this particular combo kit, but here are all the snares broken down. You can really get that SP feeling. Kind of really wanted to try and make something sound like a new Lin drum, and I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds super useful, and like, it took a long time making only a few samples, but I wanted them to be legit. So that's what's in the drum world in Ableton. There's more sounds in the sample source, but for the basses, I took 4 of the basses you'll find in the sample source and made them into a quick drum rack, so you can kind of quickly get a feel, just different notes pitched differently and different variations. There's this 808 kind of sound I made, kind of sweet one, and other has a lot of different kinds of I mean, all these sounds are relatively dry. I mean, if you start adding verbs and stuff, you can really expand them. I didn't want to do too much, so you can really kind of obviously tailor these to make them your own. That's the whole joy of it, isn't it? So here's something that like conforms to Ableton's tempo. Yeah, you can really get in there. And here's the same thing. Variations. Guitar. Some nice opportunities there. This is a snapshot of the polyphonic synth that was made out of all those mono synths, like I was telling you about. Just really beautiful, isn't it? There's no effects on that. That's the sound you get. Yeah, I made a few other sounds. Got some feel. And then this strange kalimba patch that I came across from an old recording. Yeah. See, originally the pitch is this, and in simpler with the warp mode on and with all of this, you can really maintain the length with change the pitch with the pro mode. It does take a lot of CPU. Like this incarnation, for example, you watch the CPU. I can basically blow out the CPU with it, but if you do record it, it's pretty beautiful. Put a bit of, put a bit of verb on it. You can like the sound of that. So cool. Anyway, that's what's going on in Ableton. Let's move on to Maschine. I put a bunch of groups that I'd made from the samples just all in one place. So you've got like A1 to G3. You've got all these sounds, basses, celestes, various crazy synths, which you can pitch up and down with MIDI, which is quite nice. Come together quite nicely, those ones. And all the kicks, all the snares, everything. I made a little different kind of drum kit. So you can hear what these kits can do with a bit of processing, because that's it without the processing. Kind of classic, and then this one is more kind of a different world. So yeah, I mean, and then I've got some other sounds, just good to put on MIDI. Nice. Some bad sounds, nasty sounds. Basses. Coins. Toms and moody stuff. There's a bunch there. All for you Maschine users. Yes. When you open up the Kontakt Lidell 1 multi, you get this array of little kits. Here I'm just using the computer keyboard with a little MIDI track set up, sending MIDI to my Kontakt. So you got the kicks, all the various drums again. So you can just play and find one that works in the track, and different. Kind of nice. And then I made a special kit called Biggin. It's kind of sweet one. I just sort of spent a bit messing with it in Kontakt, which is really good actually for people who don't do that. It's a pretty powerful way to make samples kind of pop, and I mean, you've got to spend a bit of time. That's the only problem. A lot of these sounds are just simple sounds spilled out and layered a little bit. It's like just three of the same sound, pitched and detuned a little bit. But nice. So there you go. Your sounds are all here. You can access them with your MIDI channels, and kind of off you go. Of course, all these little bits can be separated if you just want one little nugget. And I hope these walkthroughs have cleared up some of the sounds that are on this library and how they all work. And yeah, away you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.